So I'm working on an IRC-funded project with Richard Roach, Sean Commons and others with the Department of Psychiatry, and we're trying to get other people interested in our work as well. I've seen things that you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in the rain. A line from the film Blade Runner. When I'm the age Rutger Hauer is today, in 2049, I'll have memories of events like the Omagh bombing or life before a dial-up internet that to the young people of 2049, these will just be available as simulacra. Like me, like everyone, the European population is ageing. This brings a lot of opportunities, but also challenges. One challenge is to maintain people's cognitive health for as long as possible. And one thing that concerns people as they age often is memory. I'm particularly interested in autobiographical memory. So this can be divided into semantic memories, so memories for facts, like the name of the school you went to, but also episodic memories for specific events, like the time you first walked through the gates of your primary school. So one method for maintaining autobiographical memory in older adults is reminiscence therapy. So there's various different forms of this therapy, but I'm particularly interested in simple reminiscence therapy, whereby people simply discuss their reminiscences from the past in a supportive group atmosphere. We've come up with a simple-ish model of how different therapies can improve autobiographical memory in older adults. And we propose that reminiscence therapy has a direct benefit on autobiographical memory, but can also boost it by other aspects of cognition. So, for example, executive function or cognitive control. So we would test this, for example, using the Stroop test, whereby you have to say the colour of the ink in which the word is printed, even if the word says something else. But we also suggest that memory can be improved by mood. So depression can actually have a negative impact on autobiographical memory in both young and old people, making it overgeneralized and lacking in episodic detail. So we're interested not only in looking at how people report their memory, but also in the brain regions underlying memory. We're particularly interested in the hippocampus, a brain region located within the temporal lobe that's key to autobiographical memory, and particularly episodic detail from people's autobiographical memory. So in collaboration with our colleagues from Trinity College Institute in Neuroscience, we're going to conduct brain scans before and after the reminiscence intervention. And we hypothesize that functional activity within this brain region, the hippocampus, will be increased by reminiscence. This brain imaging research will be conducted in older adults. So within healthy aging, you can anticipate some modest decline in memory. However, under conditions of mild cognitive impairment and indeed dementia, this decline in memory is much more severe. Dementia robs people not only of their memory, but also affects other aspects of cognition and indeed their independence. This has a severe effect not only on patients themselves, but can also lead to very heightened stress in family carers, which can in turn have a negative effect on their own cognition and their own physiology. There's interesting research from the United Kingdom that indicates that reminiscence therapy can have a positive impact on autobiographical memory in patients with dementia, although this is dependent on good attendance at the reminiscence sessions. So within patients with dementia, we'll also be assessing aspects of cognition and mood to see if they can also help to boost autobiographical memory. So all this psychological investigation is very interesting, but although we can look at the effects of reminiscence, what about the contents of reminiscences themselves? So typically within this kind of research, after spending weeks sharing their stories from the past with others in the group, there's no record of the stories from the past people have given, and these reminiscences are ultimately lost. So our aims with this project are twofold. Firstly, to look at the psychological effects of this intervention, but secondly, to try and capture the stories that people tell from the past, the history that they have witnessed, so this can be shared with future generations. And to this end, we'll be able to collaborate more with our colleagues in the humanities and social sciences within Maynooth University. These are the people with the greater expertise in the history that these people have witnessed, the history that forms a backdrop to autobiographical memory. We're soon going to be launching a website whereby people will be able to look up the records, the stories people give from the past, this kind of oral history, and also the people who've taken part in the groups can listen back to themselves to kind of go back over the kind of stories that they've shared from their own past. We're keen to get as many people as possible involved in this research, so if you know somebody you think might be interested, or if you're interested yourself, please do get in contact with myself or Richard Roach, the principal investigator on this project. Early next year we're going to be doing groups in city centre Dublin as well as Maynooth and Swords. Thank you for your attention.